This episode is brought to you by Let's Productions. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn. See you there.
Hi, we are Melanie
and Ian
from ET Connections on YouTube and mountain-gate.com.
And you're listening to the Alien Strand podcast with Donald Ledesma.
Catch us on YouTube and hit like and subscribe. We'll see you there.
I call this sort of infra-ultrasonic manufacturing, where if you imagine going beyond the speed of light, speed of electrons, beyond the zero-point energy field, and creating sort of a architectural blueprint of a spacecraft that's in that dimension, like an astral, like your astral body, and have that resonate, and it comes into this dimension. Boeing's anti-gravity stuff. But these, the ET ones, are completely seamless, and the light coming from them is so amazing, it's so pure, you never quite forget it, because the light is coming from a source and materials that aren't manufacturable. You couldn't even manufacture something that pure in space. And there was a part of the craft that they got in Brazil, and I forget, it had magnesium and some other stuff in it, but the elements that were in it were so pure that even in the vacuum of space we could not manufacture.
What's up, guys? This is Mike Beavers from The Theory, and you are listening to Alien Strand Podcast, the dopest UFO alien podcast out there. And if you want to find out about me, just go on YouTube and search UFOs over UFO or The Theory with Mike Beavers. Stay tuned, guys.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Alien Strand Podcast. I'm your host, Don Ledesma, and welcome to today's show. Going to be an interesting one today, and I'm glad you guys waited, to get this other new podcast going on. And it always takes me a little bit, like I always explain, because I do have a regular job, just like everybody else, out there. So, I do this because I love doing Alien Strand podcast. Since I started in 2019, early 2019, it's just been my passion to get this and get all the information out to you guys as much as possible. And, I just enjoy every bit of it that I do, and of course it comes with a lot of, headaches as well, because, I'm doing a lot of homework, is on top of, my full day of work. And I come back and I'm working more here because I want to get this information out to you. And to me, that's the most important part. So, hey, I sacrificed myself a little bit, but you know what? It's worth it in the end, because you guys get the benefits of it, and you get to listen to all these good stories, and always keep an open mind. Remember that. Just remember, every time you listen to Alien Strand Podcast, keep an open mind. We're not here to make you believe. We're just here to give you the information, and then you make a determination on that yourself, right? So just by all the info that's out there. So, if you can catch us on Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and alienstrand.com. Check us out there. Now, also, if you guys don't have a special platform like iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google, iPhone, or, any of those, Podchaser, any of those, Deezer, that you listen to, or you just have a one that you jump back and forth? Well, you can go to, if you have an Android, you can download the Alien Strand Podcast app, and it's free. It's free for you guys. I pay for it so that way you guys can get it for free, and it's a player, right? So it'll have all the podcasts that we've had up to date. You can go in any order that you like. You can start backwards. Like I always say, the first 10 were a little rough because I was just starting out. I didn't get my little niche there until, about a year and a half ago. But now that I got all the production and all that good stuff going, it just makes it so much better, right? So much better for you guys to listen to. And, if you guys are driving down the road while you're listening to these shows, and truck drivers out there, or just, you're going to have a long drive, thank you for listening to the show. But be careful when you're driving on the road. Of course, always keep your eyes in the sky. If you see something strange, please use your camera or your phone, but pull over, be safe, and open your window, please, or step out. Take the video, take the pictures, because it comes out so much clearer. We're not seeing bug smudges in the window or the reflection from your dome light. People are like, that's a reflection, yada, yada. And then, you get all these trolls out there. I can't believe you're posting stuff like that. And, it turns out to be a headache. Sometimes it just takes that quick second, just to pull over if you can, if it's safe. If you see something out there, something strange of the unknown, could be a UFO, could be an alien, it could be Bigfoot, it could be, ghost even at that, or just some strange cloud formation in the sky. If you guys decide to pull over, take a picture, you can do that. And you can always instant message me. You send those pictures to me, or you can you can post them on the community page there on Facebook on Alien Strand. So if you do have a chance to share it, you can share it there, and I'll reshare it again on the main page. Also, if you want to be on the show, you can just call 361-245-8000. That's 361-245-8000. You can just click call now on the Facebook button, and it'll just call me directly. If you want to talk about something you've seen, or you don't want to be on the show, just want to talk about it, I'm fine with that too. I'm open ears and open mind for everybody, right? And that's what I do. I don't judge anybody, and we don't judge anybody here. We try to keep everything out in the open, just so that way you guys can understand that, we're here to spread the word just like everybody else does, right? And, we're just trying to get all the information out to you guys the best that we can. A lot of times, we're digging, okay, what's new, right? And we always see the new stuff that comes out. And when it does come out, I always try to post it on Facebook, as soon as possible. I'm talking 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm usually up super early. I just have that time clock where I don't even hit alarms anymore on my phone. I just automatically wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning or 6:30. So it's just an internal thing. When you get older, you're going to get it. So anyway, if you, like I said, we have a lot of things that are out there, and we post them out there as soon as possible. So if you have a chance, go check out Alien Strand there on Facebook. Of course, we're on Instagram too, and we throw a lot of things out there. We are on Twitter. We'll throw a lot of posts here and there on some pictures on different places. Feel free to check it out. Check it out. Comment on it if you like. And just enjoy what we're seeing out there. There's a lot of strange and a lot of activity lately that's been happening. And to me, it's just like every year, it's just getting larger and larger and larger. Of course, there's a lot of that CGI crap out there that I've been seeing, and a lot of times you can tell. You can tell. They try to put these overlays over them like there's an old film or something like that. But if you really look at it, you'll see the same line on the same place. When that little scratch mark comes in, it'll be like in clockwork. So it doesn't. It's all timed. Everything's timed. The only reason I know, because I do a lot of editing for Led's Productions, because I do make music videos and I do commercials for folks, and I know that there's overlays. Everything that you can put in something to make it look authentic. Sometimes. A lot of times it catches my eye, and if you have a chance, go to Ledge Productions there on Facebook or YouTube. Just check out a couple of the things that I've done, even on Alien Strand there on YouTube. If you have a chance, I got some earlier promos that I did. So when I first started getting into like filmmaking, right? So I started making smaller promos. So, and they're cool little stories. So if you have a chance, go back, check those out, on YouTube. I was just starting out. So now I've got a really nice film equipment, and, we're starting to get things going. But let's just go ahead and get into what we're going to talk about today. So today, I wanted to talk a little bit more about CE-5, right? There is a lot of CE-fibers out there, believe it or not. Now, I don't know if you guys remember that I had my first CE-fibers that came on this show maybe last year. There was Ian and Eleni Bright. Wonderful people. They're out of California. They do sessions out there with CE-5s, right? And what that is they're channeling extraterrestrial crafts or extraterrestrials themselves, and they teach you how to do this, right? So, and it got my gerbil running in my brain a little bit. Like, hey, man, how is this possible? Is it possible to do this? And as I see more and more groups out there come up, CE-fivers, they're showing a lot of their footages, right? Their footage that they have out there, their everything that they have, right? As far as sounds, photographs, video, night vision, everything in that spectrum they have it, right? And we're thinking, okay, so how is this possible, or how is it happening? Well, I believe it all started with Dr. Greer, right? He's got a couple of documentaries out there, a few books out there. I don't know if you've seen him, Dr. Stephen Greer. And, I've watched him before, and, I really, really get into his motivational speeches about UFOs, extraterrestrials, crafts, CE-5ing. He digs into every aspect of the unknown as far as the UFOs and aliens, right? Because he's been there, he's seen it, he's done it, and now there's like this thing going of CE-5 where a lot of people are doing it. And a friend of mine contacted me the other night. He goes, you know what, I tried. He goes, have you ever heard of CE-5? I said, yeah, I have. He goes, you know what? I tried it for the first time, and it was late at night, like 12 midnight or so. And he says, I decided to, try to channel this and see if it's possible, right? And he tells me it is possible. He goes, you know what? I saw something, and it looked, a bright orb came out of the sky out of nowhere. He lives out in a farm, so he says, I couldn't believe what I saw. He goes, but it was only for a split second. And then the following day, later on during a conversation, he calls me again and we're talking. And then he goes, hey man, I did the CE-5 thing again. He goes, this time, this was about, he even gave me the times. It was like 10:15 and went about 10:47. He goes, I saw two of them this time when I did it. And I was like, wow, that's great. Congrats, on that. I'm glad that you were able to do that. Me personally, I've never done it. I want to try to do it. And today, I'm going to explain to you exactly what CE-5 is, or what it is about, right? And so let's just go ahead and get into this. So today's called Contact, okay? CE-5. The definition of a CE-5 is human-initiated contact, whether by strictly technological means or among the New Age by extrasensory efforts, such as meditation, telepathy, or astral projection, right? So basically what they're saying is that, you can channel these extraterrestrials or UFOs by meditating, right? Using like this telepathy. And I believe this is possible because there's just too much evidence out there of these folks doing it, you can use these methods or protocols to enter an expanded state, right, of consciousness, and vectoring extraterrestrials, vehicles, to your own location. Now, what it's pretty much telling you is that you can channel this craft to show itself where you're at, right? And you know, I've a few of my friends have called me later, even in Australia. Tells me he's trying it out there, and I believe it's worked for him once. So, you know, there's something behind this. And if you use meditation, visualization, prayer, ritual, and even remote viewing to accomplish your connection, right? But it always comes with challenges, right? So you're going to have 3 challenges when you're starting this CE-5. One challenge is being alone with your own thoughts, right? Like sitting there quietly, just trying to get everything out of your mind. Be willing to shut out distractions. Now, I know that's hard sometimes because you have a lot of things going on sometimes. You know, my thinking goes on 100 miles an hour. I know a lot of people suffer with that same thing, but it's just we can't help it. Number 3, expecting to master the meditation process with only a few attempts. So just because you do it once or twice and you see something does not make you a master at it. In other words, you still got a lot to do and a long way to go as far as getting yourself into that state of projection, right? To where I believe they're saying that you can channel these crafts. And this is the most important thing, which is so hard for so many people. Turn off your cell phone. Free from ringing every few minutes, right? Or even checking it, or, you know, just constantly picking it up. So in other words, turn it off, put it in another room, go outside, go meditate, try it this way. You know, and it's pretty much telling you to do this, and you'll be more successful at it, right? To try to channel these crafts or extraterrestrials if possible. You know, Dr. Greer even says that there is no professional at this. In other words, to teach you, to show you like just like a guru or somebody or an instructor, right? You are the instructor, you are the guru, and you are this person that's going to do this. It's up to you. You are the professional. As long as you are able to channel these things, you know, and keep a clear, open mind, you're able to do all these things. Of course, we have Dr. Greer that does it, the lead person of it. We have Ray Dove as well. And my friends Ian and Melanie Bright, which do it also successfully. They have found a way to figure out how to meditate, and they'll even show you if you go see their videos, how to do it. I believe Dr. Greer has an app as well, so you can download that. It might have a few app purchases, of course, as everything else does, but you're able to, you know, if you do have an encounter, you're able to log it in, right? And it'll even show you people that are close by that are doing CE-5 with just as you're doing it. Maybe you can get a group together and possibly, you know, have a better experience as far as the extraterrestrials, the crafts that are out there, you know, to try to channel them in. Now, you always heard me talk about, you know, the the bad grays, the good grays, and different kinds of species out there that are possibly out there within this same channeling, right? And from my understanding, what I've seen so far, I have not seen any kind of malevolent sort of being or craft or something that's going to try to hurt you or abduct you, as far as when you're doing CE-5. So I haven't heard no horror stories, in other words, about it. Anything following you or anything spooking you or scaring you. So this seems to be channeling, to me, possibly an extraterrestrial craft or an interdimensional being that is non-harmful. In other words, they just want to see what you're doing, or you're calling them to you, right? And they're able to find you anywhere you are at by doing this. There's just a lot of people that actually do this on a daily basis, and there's groups out there that you can join that have done this and are doing this every day, right? They're getting photographs. I've seen one in Greer's photographs. There's like a small extraterrestrial alien on almost over somebody's head, in a sense, like it's floating. They've gotten crafts in the sky, a lot of video. If you're really into the unknown as far as extraterrestrial and ufology, this is one thing I believe that'll get you closer to what you want to see and experience if you have not experienced an extraterrestrial vehicle, a UFO, before. This is a good way to try to see your first one, right? And there's just so many different places that you can channel these beings all over the world, where they've been seeing UFOs and crafts. They're on the news daily. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and take just a little break real quick, hear from our sponsors, and then we'll get back with you in just a minute.
Alien Strand Podcast.
All right, well, welcome back to the show. Thanks for catching our little sponsors there. So, as we get back into this, I'm going to give you the world's best places that you can hunt for UFOs. So these are the top places around the world that you can actually hunt these UFOs. If you want to go, UFO hunting in the middle of the night, or if you live by these places, or if you just want to do a week on your vacation and try out these spots. So we have Lake Tahoe, California. This has been a very big hotspot there for UFOs. A lot of our UFOs that we encountered for the year, a lot of them have come from Lake Tahoe, California. If you're in that area, that's a great spot to go UFO hunting. Chile has the highest number of UFO sightings, right? They have a place called Parnal Observatory. And that's like a big telescope where they're seeing everything in the sky and the stars, and they're taking these nice, beautiful photos, right? There's another place called Atacama Desert in Chile. It's Alma Observatory as well. This place right here that I've just told you about captures radio signals in space. So just like those big antennas that you're hearing where they're listening in space, but it's just picking up radio waves, right? That's what they're searching for and hunting for there in Chile. Also, if you're ever there, They have the San Clemente UFO Trail. That was established in 2008 because there was hundreds of sightings there. So if you're ever in Chile, these are the places to go. And they also have a place called Andes UFO Tours. This is a guide that'll take you out there in the wilderness with the telescope. You know, they have campfires. You know, they bring you nice wine, whatever, and you can sit out there and you know, hunt UFOs. It's a pretty good hot spot there as well. We also have Wiltshire, England. Now, this place is 1 mile from Stonehenge, where they have caught many, many sightings. The Stonehenge, the stones they believe to be around 3100 BC. A lot of history there. Of course, we have Area 51 in Nevada, S4. Of course, you can't go in there because it doesn't exist. But you can go around it. There's a place there, a Planet XV UFO hunting trip. And what they do is they go to locations near Area 51. They go hunting out there. See if they can catch something weird. Unknown. Sedona, Arizona is another place. Spotted orbs, portals, aliens, and Bigfoot. There's a place there called the mysterious Bradshaw Ranch. And it draws tourists in their national forest. They also have Sedona UFO tours as well. You do a video tour, then they take you out to hot spots with night vision. That'd be cool to do, right? Also, around the world, there's Wycliffe Well in Australia. But here, they say that UFOs appear from the months of May to October. So that's the hotspot time. And it's one of the top hotspots of the world. There's also a place in Russia called M Triangle in Russia. Located in the Ural Mountains in Russia. Discovered in the 1980s. They say they see bright, glowing, colored lightning in the sky. There was a geologist named Emil Bachurin. He found a circular 206-foot circular impression in the snow in the 1980s. So then this became a hotspot as well there in Russia. And of course, Roswell, New Mexico. Ever since the crash in July of 1947, there's been a lot of stories of conspiracy. The military going out there, taking bodies, taking the crash. There's a nice UFO museum. I go through there every year, and I stop there every year. I must have seen that place like 10 times already. But you know what? It never gets old for me. I love it. They have a great gift shop there. If you're ever in Roswell, New Mexico, go to that big UFO museum that's there as soon as you drive in. It's a wonderful place. The people are wonderful there as well. They're very nice. I believe they even show you a film. I don't know about now because of the COVID, but they had a film room where they would show the reel of a fire in the sky. Travis Walton. So they would play the part where he got abducted till the end, right? Great scenes in there, Of course, that's a whole different issue, but different story. And it's just such a great place to go. Also, there's Joshua Tree, California. It's off of 29 Palms Highway. It's about a 3-hour drive from the LAX, right? From the airport. It's a little ways out there. But the Joshua Tree National Park is home to 300 mines of unique crystal quartz. It's also been rumored that there's an alien base beneath the desert there. So a lot of people have been, even ufologists have been going out there for years trying to find this UFO base that, there's been stories about. Ufologists also believe that Joshua Tree sits on the 33rd North Parallel, just like Roswell. And researchers indicate that most UFO sightings have been there in Joshua Tree, there in California. So mind you, which gives you to why I was talking to Dr. Greer. Well, he has an expedition there. He was the founder of SETI, which is a Center for Study of Extraterrestrial Intelligence. And he's also the founder of the Disclosure Project. So he meets there every once in a while with about 25 folks for intensive training. They meet under the stars for about 4 to 5 hours to try to make contact using CE-5 contact protocols, right? And do you ever have a chance, check out Dr. Greer's documentaries. He's got one called Sirius, Unacknowledged. He has one, Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, and he has The Day Before Disclosure. Those are great documentaries. But if you ever imagined yourself trying to do this CE-5 and try to channel these crafts or extraterrestrials out there, there's certain steps that you have to take. And I'm going to give you a few steps, to maybe you can do this at home, or when you're sitting outside by yourself, smoking a cigarette or just sitting out there, enjoying the stars or the sky, like I do many, many nights. There's a lot of ways and there's steps that'll help you to try to achieve your goal of CE-5ing, right? So, there's a step one. So you have to locate and designate an appropriate spot for your CE-5, right? Find a quiet or remote spot in your home or outdoors. If outdoors, choose a remote spot, preferably away from the city lights with a full view of the night sky. CE-5s can be done during the day or night. Nighttime is usually preferable, right? Sky viewing for starships, flashbulbs, or other anomalies is done before, during and after your protocols, and of course, easier to spot against the dark sky. Makes sense, right? If you're CE-5ing indoors, after your protocols, walk outside, look upside the sky if you feel compelled to do so. Sometimes, after CE-5, you will see nothing in the sky. However, instead, having an ET-themed vivid dream or experiences of the spiritual, benevolent, the highest, strangest kind. In other words, even though you didn't see one, when you go to sleep that night, you might be able to have a dream or something that feels real of a possible extraterrestrial, right? I don't know if you've heard a few of my stories, my past guests. A lot of them do have these dreams that seem so real. It's you feel the touch. Like one of my past podcasts, he felt the touch in his hand, and that's what woke him up when he spotted a being and he walked towards it. And he's dreaming this. But he wasn't CE-5ing when he was. This was just happened to happen. but I'm just kind of giving you an example of what you could probably experience. Step 2, prepare yourself for meditation. At your design spot, if in a group outdoors, place a camp or lawn chairs in a circle, sit and face each other. If at night, be sure to wear your warm clothes and consider bringing a blanket or a poncho. Have a flashlight handy for convenience and safety. Sit in your chair straight up, spine as much as you're able to when you're meditating. Preparations for your meditation can include breathing exercises, playing music, singing vows, chanting, praying, pre-recorded meditation, and other techniques. Most high advanced non-human beings are telepathic. They can also feel your intentions. So staying a heart-centered and sincere throughout is key. An open mind, basically. Because you're being sincere. Step 3, meditation. State your intentions, right? Out loud or inward. Start your meditation. Meditate for about 20 minutes. Use a guided meditation or meditate in silence. Remove all random thoughts and worries of the day and focus on a solo target. Your heart chakra or the third eye between your brows. Use appropriate instrumental music. It helps you go deeper into meditation. Your thoughts should be centered on one thing, such as love, peace, calm, joy, happiness, cosmic expansion in your consciousness, focusing on the third eye. Your mood should be upbeat, happy, joyous, and peaceful. What is this kind of telling you, right? What you're doing here. You're not just meditating for CE-5. And you're channeling something that's going to be good, that's going to come to you. This is why you didn't hear these awful stories of abduction or anything after CE-5ing, right? Because you're channeling these positive thoughts. So apparently you're channeling the good ones, the nice ones. Step 4, focus your heart center. Mentally project your peaceful intentions and invitation out of the cosmos. After your meditation, focus on your heart center. Mentally project your intentions with friendship, love, asking the ETs to join you or meet you halfway, an effort to help or heal the planet humanity, or to help spiritual with self-development, understanding universal pace, or even confirmation as they truly exist. You may also project your location if you wish. No, it's not necessary. They're telepathically advanced. They know where you're at. After you have projected your intentions with sincerity, sit calmly. Clear your mind, random thoughts and fears, and open to receiving a telepathic message, visual responses, unusual or otherworldly sounds, or mystic experiences, or phenomena too varied to nature and type to this list. Step 5. Scan the skies for ETs, crafts, or visual phenomenon. Be open. Possible telepathic communication. Or any other ET non-human contact phenomena you may experience even after hours of your CE-5 or the next day. You can repeat all these steps if you like, the next day or whenever you'd like. And this will help channel one of these extraterrestrials to you or to your location. Have your camera ready. Have your night vision ready. if you have a night vision camera. Set everything on record. You never know what you're going to catch out there as far as a craft. If you've never seen one before, if you've ever thought about doing CE-5ing or ever wanted to see an extraterrestrial craft, well, here are the 5 steps to help you do this. I just read them to you. Because if you're interested in this kind of phenomena, channeling, this is the way to do it. And this is the way Dr. Greer says it as well, how to do it. The military didn't like when he was able to channel these crafts. They always wondered, how did you do this? You weren't supposed to do it. You weren't supposed to be able to channel these extraterrestrials or crafts. They knew about it. They knew how to do it, but nobody knew. But he figured it out. They got a little upset with him, yes. But now he's sharing it to each and every one of you. He's not paying me for this. He's not telling me to do this. Nobody's telling me to do this. I'm telling you this because I believe that this is a possibility that you can channel these crafts, these extraterrestrials, this phenomena, and help answer a lot of the questions that you have about extraterrestrials, extraterrestrial life. These beings have been coming to this planet for years and years and years, hundreds, even thousands, with already technologically advanced than we are. Why do they keep coming back here? Why not just see what we're doing and be done with it and leave and just don't come back? A lot of my stories that you hear on my podcasts about, they're concerned about the planets, about our planet, yes. Concerned about humanity, yes. There's even human-like extraterrestrials as well. And I believe they keep coming back because they don't want us to destroy ourselves. Maybe there's something out there that believes in us a little more than we believe in ourselves. Maybe they know something already that we don't. Maybe there's something that we're going to do that's going to help later on, maybe hundreds of years from now. And they don't want us to destroy ourselves because they need our species to survive. Why don't they show themselves to us? Well, it's just like anything else. Like I heard it from Joe Rogan. If you were to go visit another planet, wouldn't you send a probe there first? Go send something to spy on the planet? What have we been doing to Mars for years? These rovers we sent out there. Now we have a rover with a drone out there. Now what do you think they're doing as well? They're sending their little rovers down here in a sense. Their drones down here, as far as orbs, these ships. They come scan our skies, scan our oceans, possibly living in our oceans. Because we've only seen about 5% of what's in the bottom of our oceans. And these crafts can go deeper than that. They go to space, further than we've ever known or gone. And we all know that. But that's just something to think about. And these are things that I think about on a daily basis as well. And I hope you guys decide to start CE-5ing, Tell your friends how to do it. Show them how to do it. If you want a copy of this, you can email me and I'll send you a copy of this so you can have it for yourself, or just listen to the show. Catch that part that I was reading to you. And that'll help you as well. But I hope you guys have an open mind and explore the skies with a telescope, with a fancy camera, at night. Read your books. Be safe out there. Learn your science. Learn your history. It's very important. It has a lot to do with humanity and how we live today. And if you do CE-5 and catch something, please contact me. Let me know that you saw something. Filmed it. That would make me just as happy as you would be, even though I didn't see it. Because I'm glad you got it from here and got the information how to do it. But I'm glad you guys stuck around at today's show. I really enjoyed getting this information out to you guys. It was my pleasure. My pleasure. Very informative. I really enjoyed it myself. I am going to CE-5 and try to get, to see one of these crafts this way. I've seen them before, don't get me wrong, without CE-5ing. But I'm going to try this way of doing it. And if I see something, I'll let you guys know. You guys will be the first ones to know. Thank you for listening to today's show, and please spread the word of Alien Strand. Share with your friends. Give us a thumbs up. If you're listening to us on iHeartRadio or Spotify, click a little heart. Follow there. Follow us everywhere, even on Facebook, if you can, or YouTube. We're doing all this for you guys. So, and we enjoy every single minute of it. I will be coming out on a documentary, probably in a few months. So that's going to be filming, and they're going to call me there, so they want me to be on the show. So when that comes out and they're ready for me to release information, I am going to share that information to you guys, and you guys can see me on a documentary. Yay! That would be nice. And I'm very honored to do it myself. And I have a lot of friends out there that really, really enjoy the show. They share it. They share a lot of my podcasts out there. It's just great and wonderful that they're doing this. Terry Lynch he's on my he's on one of my Facebook, and he's got his own groups out there. He's got Quantum Enlightenment, the hidden truth about everything. If you have a chance, visit Terry Lynch. That's TerryLinch. So he does photography, as I do as well, but he does a lot of outdoor photography. Check him out there. Go to these his groups out there. Go check them out. He doesn't like trolls. So if you're going to troll, don't even attempt, because he's going to get you off as fast as you get on there. So don't be negative, please. If you want to be friendly out there, go to his there with Shauna Gilmer, himself, and they're administrators of those pages. Hit them up and go check them out. I love them guys. Very good friends of mine. I love them dearly. If you can, go to Extraterrestrial Strange Happenings group. They're all my best friends as well. Go check them out. They're very strict there as well. But you know what? The stricter they are, the better they are, and the better that people can understand these things as they happen. But thank you for listening to the show. Please share. Catch us on Instagram, YouTube, alienstrand.com. Don't forget to download our app. But until then, you guys have yourselves a good day. Have yourselves a good evening. And have yourselves a good night.
Hi, this is Kelly Green with Realty Executives, Coastal Bend in Corpus Christi, Texas. And you're listening to the Alien Strand podcast with Donald Ledesma. Buying or selling, visit me at kellygreenrealtor.com or visit me on my Facebook page, Kelly Green Realtor. See you there.